So, if you haven't heard already, the United Healthcare CEO has just been assassinated. And I can't really say I'm surprised, nor do I care. And some people are going to be like, oh, that's cruel, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. The reason I don't care is because these people are running billion and trillion dollar companies. And an insurance company at that I'm pretty sure has declined coverage for thousands of people. And there are thousands of people out here that have lost family members because United Healthcare declined much needed coverage for their loved ones. So the amount of blood that these billion and trillion dollar companies have on their hands is nothing compared to the fact that this man just lost his life today. And it's sad to say, but with the state of not only this country, but the world, this will become the norm if this is not the catalyst and the tipping point right now. Because if these billion and trillion dollar companies think they can continue to lobby against the best interests of American citizens and make things more expensive and continue to treat their workers and their consumers like shit and nothing will happen, they're going to continue to fuck around and find out. And for anybody that really has any sympathy for these fucking oligarchs, you need to do some self-reflection, bro. Because these fucking oligarchs are the same individuals, regardless of the company, that are contributing to the problems within the Congo, contributing to the problems that we have here in America when it comes to lobbying. These are the individuals that are the root of all of our problems. I'm not saying I advocate for things like this or at all, but if shit don't change quick, this is going to be a consistent norm within our society.
But you do. You do. I believe that you are advocating for it. And I hate when people say no disrespect, but then be disrespectful. I hate when people say, no, I'm not advocating, but anytime I hear a but after it, this is really the advocation for it. So let's just be very, very clear. Let's be very, very clear, right? The first question that I have to ask is everybody entitled? Think about what you say before you answer. Because I want to have an honest conversation. I'm no longer interested going into 2025 and saying the thing that makes everybody comfortable or just saying it because it seems like the right thing to say. I have genuine questions and I want genuine answers and I want to have a realistic conversation. And my goal is to stoke thought, not necessarily substantiate how you feel. So if we align and we think the same way, then that's dope. If we don't, I'm going to authentically give you my assessment and it's just going to be completely opposite of what it is and then we could just let the chips fall where they may. I'm not here to operate in an echo chamber. I'm only here to get to the root cause so that we can have conducive conversation that hopefully yields some kind of results. And my question is at the root and the foundation of all of this, because we can get to the United Healthcare CEO shortly, but the root conversation that I want to ask or that I want to have, and then asking this question is everybody entitled to health care coverage? And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I mean people that never paid into the system that we then have to cover from a taxpayer perspective. People that come over here as immigrants that then feel entitled to the system because it's broad reaching and covered. And regardless, it's not like you can go to the hospital and they can turn you down. It's not like they can go to the hospital and turn you down for an emergency. So illegal migrants, people that's just coming over here for the first time that need a huge surgery, an emergency surgery, and so they have to go in or whatever. People that live horrible lifestyles and we know what happens within certain communities and they doing a drug bust, they get shot, then they get rushed to the hospital. Are Is everybody blanket entitled to healthcare coverage is what I'm asking. Because it's a difference between being entitled, that means that you deserve it without merit. Regardless of how much you pay into it, you are entitled, no matter what, you are entitled to this thing regardless, because there's always two sides to a coin. So I am of the impression that, first of all, I don't know what was going on in this man's life. nor do I believe that him becoming CEO in 2021, because this is stoking great conversation and I love this. Nor do I believe him becoming CEO in 2021 that he is a representation of a horrible system, because I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I don't understand what the mindset is of him. And before we even found out what the motive, or you even catch the person that wound up doing it, we automatically say and condemn him, and we don't say pray for his family, his children, or anything like that. We just automatically condemn people. And let me make sure that I give credit to the content creator. So I'm always going to link back to the content creator in the description of the video if I can find it. And you guys just send me videos, and sometimes y'all send me videos of other people that's boasting videos. So where I can find it, I always like to link back to the content creator. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. And then get tickets to see me December 14th in Detroit, final show of the year. Discount code Anton, all of that is in the description. So my point is, or my question then becomes, do we no longer have sympathy or empathy before we even, like, is our default automatically to be wrong or automatically to be negative about the situation and say, well, he deserved it, or this is a reflection of the system, or a bunch of people got denied healthcare coverage? I think that each individual situation needs to be evaluated according to its own merit. I don't like doing a end all be all broad reach. This is the entirety of it. I don't believe that anybody is a monolith. I don't believe that every CEO is the same. I don't believe that everybody that got to the top did it negatively. I just don't believe that. And so I know that I'm going to be in the minority here, and I have been lately in the minority of a lot of these conversations, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because, again, this stokes conversation. Do I believe that there are companies that are benefiting significantly more than they're putting out? Absolutely. I still stand on the idea that you can't just by default say that somebody needs to lose their life. That is an extreme. You can't say that somebody needs to lose their life, or you're okay with somebody losing their life because you disagree with how they're running their company. Because now what's happening is that every multi-million dollar, billion dollar, trillion dollar company somehow, some way, then becomes evil because they are profitable and they are great. And that's the opposite of capitalism, which then leads into socialism and all of this other, and communism. And I'm absolutely not for that. Everybody in America, so many different people in America, don't even understand how great they got it, and they complain about an America that was built by the very same systems that you despise, but you will never move out. And if you do move out, you're still leveraging your American privilege and your ability to be able to earn as a citizen of the United States of America while living your privileged life, and then upsetting the system that they have in the country that you go and live at, because you are basically gentrifying what it is that you see over there. And I know it's always going to people be, Anton, you on the wrong side of this. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just asking a question and I'm pointing out some flaws in a lot of people's arguments. Could there be some truth to it? Maybe, absolutely. Again, I never jump to the conclusion and say that somebody should lose their life by an assassin. I don't know who this assassin is. I don't know what his character is. I don't know anything about him. I'm not going to default say that somebody needs to lose their life by an assassin because I don't necessarily like the healthcare coverage system that you are a part of. I don't know your individual situation or why you got denied. I don't know if you had a pre-existing condition. I don't know if you already knew that you had the condition and then tried to sign up so that you can finesse the system in order to get taken care of for something that you could have prevented in the first place. I don't know if you signed up for doing something that you wasn't supposed to do, knowing that you was gonna have to pay the price for it, then got mad because you couldn't afford the drug prescription coverage amount. Maybe I'm off. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Again, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon so we can get this money and you don't have to depend on all of these systems in order for you to win. I love you. I appreciate you. We're gonna have an uncomfortable conversation on After Hours tonight. For real, for real.